Happy New Year, everybody. I can't believe it's 2024 and we haven't talked to you since September of last year. So we're looking forward to updating you on what's going on.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you had a great holiday season and that your New Year's off to a great start. So let's jump right into it. Where we left off from last year, if you remember our last video, we had a couple of projections for you. The first one being that we're gonna see an increase in overall inventory over the last couple of months of 2023. And luckily for Steve and I, we were correct. That did happen. From October 1st to December 1st, we actually saw about a 21% increase in overall inventory in the Phoenix market. So we're not just talking North Central, but the overall market altogether. So that's a combination of people rushing to get it on before the end of the holidays, or before the holidays started, and just a variety of different factors go into that number. But there was that big increase. And then mortgage rates started to go down about mid-December. And so we saw a big uptick in buyer demand. And wouldn't you know it, about half of that inventory got swallowed up in the last couple of weeks of December. That brought us to 2024, and we started out with just over 13,000 listings on the market. Now, what has the market done in the last 2 weeks? We've actually seen another 8% increase in overall inventory since January 1st. So we've had a big jump in actual inventory. Again, that's people shaking off all the holidays and getting their home back on the market and getting it ready to sell in this year.
So in North Central specifically right now, the market remains really strong. We can really feel it on the ground. One recent example is we had an open house at a new $2 million listing last weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. And we had about 50 groups come through, just tons of activity. And a lot of those buyers were real serious buyers. So we like to see that, obviously. Depends on the price point a little bit and the product, but this is a beautiful, completely remodeled home around $2 million, and the activity was off the charts. So that is great to see. Inventory really remains the story in North Central. Even though it has increased a little bit, it just remains low, and there just is not a lot of specific products out there for a lot of buyers who are looking for it. So that to me remains the big story. Buyer demand has started to tick up a little bit at the beginning of this year, so that's great to see. But again, just not seeing those significant increases in inventory. We don't know where it's gonna come from. People are holding on to their 3% interest rate, and then also they're seeing that values are remaining pretty high. So they're saying, well, I can get a lot for my house, but what am I gonna go buy? What am I gonna trade for? So that's keeping a lot of people put, or staying put. And I just think that values overall are gonna remain pretty strong in North Central and steady, and even go up for certain product because of that lack of inventory. The market valley-wide hit bottom in mid-December, but it's been strengthening ever since. So if that trend continues, I think the window for buyers is going to start closing in terms of not having to compete against so many buyers, because as soon as interest rates drop down and more buyers jump into the market, you're just going to have a lot more competition. Therefore, prices are going to probably start rising again.
Yeah, I think the big takeaway, Steve, is like what you said. Prices have remained stable. That's the big question that I get a lot is, when are prices going to come down? What's going to happen? Are we going to go into another recession, or those types of things? Those are the comments, and people kind of spiral from there. But I think overall we've seen it's pretty stable. At least real estate as of right now, and this little snapshot has remained very stable. Prices have remained stable. Inventory is down, and even a big, even 20% increase didn't really affect the market at all. So I think that we're going to see more of that as time goes on.
Agreed.
Okay, the big $1 million question, and hopefully Steve and I are correct in our projections again when we give you these, so we'll find out in a few months if we are or not. But we do really believe that we're going to continue to see an increase in inventory, not just here in North Central, but throughout the Valley. We're hoping to even see a little bit more inventory come online in North Central over the next couple of months. Now, again, that being said, I don't think there's going to be enough of an impact from that inventory to have any fluctuation on pricing unless demand just completely falls off the bottom, but I don't see that happening.
I think we're really expecting demand to start ticking up, especially if rates drop. If they get below 6, I think it's really kind of a watch out situation where a lot of buyers are going to flood into the market, and we're going to start seeing prices go right back up.
Yeah, so buyers, if you're on the fence, this is the time to buy. You still have some choices, you still have a little bit of negotiating power. And sellers, it's a great time to get your house on the market because those buyers are out there, they're looking. Just like the home that Steve talked about, that we had our open house that was so successful. House is dialed in, great curb appeal, paint's perfect. It showed really, really well, and it came across in photography. So those are the keys that you have to do as a seller. And then just remember that this time of year, the spring season, is when all eyes are on Arizona, and even more so this year because we're going to have the Final Four here. So not only are we going to have our great weather, the Phoenix Open, the Barrett-Jackson, but the Final Four. So it is truly going to be all eyes on Arizona come the spring.
Great time to buy and sell. So yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see if our projections are right in a couple of months. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.